Let's talk about, the digital control unit. As we say, Agilic as a digital barrier, it means, that the motors that is installed inside Agilic is a digital motor. Well, in order to manage and to control the motors, I would like to introduce you the new digital controllers of Agilic. That is a controller that is available just in 36 volt DC, and this digital controller is field-oriented technology. When we talk about the field-oriented technology, it means that the motors and and also the digital controller, they are able to understand and to manage the digital flow inside the magnetic field in order to manage on the right way, the excitations field and also the magnetic field process. How to work with the controller digital? Well, for our installers or for our distributor, they used to work with our 220 control unit 870-200 AC. They don't have any problems, to have a good feeling with the new control digital, because, as you can see, the option command, they are completely very, very similar, to the 870-200 AC for 220. First of all, one of the most important things, that we have to configure, it's that we have to define, first of all, which type of length of the boom arms we are going to use. If I want, for example, to use 3 meters or 4 meters or 6 meters or 8 meters, is just enough, that I'm going to change these parameters A1 and to set, for example, 1 for 3 meters, 2 for 4 meters, 3 for 6 meters, and other option. Second things, it is how I want to work with Agilic. Okay, in this list, as you can see, there is a type of parameters that you can work in order to use, the Agilic section. It is very, very easy to work with the control unit because mainly there is 2 options. The first option that is represented by these 2 buttons is when I want to change the different parameters. It's just very easy, just have to go and moving with the 2 buttons, And the second option, it's according to the parameters that I want to set, I just have to press, these 2 other buttons in order to set the value of the parameters that I would like to set. Well, what I can do, with the control unit. But first of all, the control unit give me the opportunity to parameterize completely all the action and all the movement of the barrier with 100% of the total control. For example, if I want to work with the, for example, for the speed, I can, without any problems, set, or preset, the default. How is the parameters, for example, for speed in opening, like the parameter 41, or for example, how is the velocity or the speed, for the parameters when I'm going to close. So as you can see, if I want, for example, to go faster when I'm opening, I'm going to parameters 41, and I can, for example, to fix, 10 as the value. It means, that I'm 100% of the speedness available in opening. If I want to do the same, for example, for the closing movement, I can just go to the parameters number 42, and also in this case I can change the setting in a very easy way, just pressing on this button. So as you can see, in Agilic you have 2 ways. You can select the parameters and change, for example, the value and wait, in order that the parameters will be active, or if you want, for example, to change the parameters and to activate immediately, just to press on this button and the command will be automatically active. Well, mainly, this is all the function that you can find, in the function list. They work in this way that I'm going to show you. Parameters and the option for choosing the parameters. Let's talk right now, about the main characteristic of the control unit. That it is right to say, digital controller, because first of all, as you can see, in this digital controller, you cannot find any type of traditional relay, and this is a big benefit because everybody, the installers knows knows very well, how is problematic to have a lot of relay installed on the control unit. So first of all, this control unit is completely designed and manufactured without traditional relay. Mainly, you know, we have two important elements. The first important element is the microprocessor. This microprocessor is a 40 MIPS. It means, you know, the capacity processor is about 40 millions of calculation per second. And then the other important element is the MOSFET circuit. Why I like, you know, to explain these two important features. But first of all, you know, because thanks to the MOSFET circuit, this digital control is able to guarantee completely, you know, the constant torque in which position of movement or activity of the barrier. It means, you know, that when I'm going to close or when I'm going to opening the boom arms, it doesn't matter if I'm reducing or if I'm increasing the speed, but the torque, it will be always the same and constant in each position of the barrier. Another important thing about this barrier, as you can see, is how is connected, you know, the motors. As you can see, the connected of the motors, it's completely with one cable and 3 wirings. So it means, you know, that also for mainly, I mean, for the installer, the installation between the digital control unit and the motors, it is just through one cable and three wirings. This is a great and very, very important, I mean, product highlights, because thanks to this way, the installers, they can reduce the time of installation. They can also make a very easy installation, but just with one cable and 3 wirings, they have the possibility to use digital controller with super intensive use, with extremely low consumption, and 2 very powerful encoder already in the motors. Thank you very much for joining this video, and let's go to the next video about the Agilic barrier.